my friend. So do you sometimes wonder what your why is? And maybe you even know or think you know exactly what your why is. Today's going to be a short episode. We're going to get into how you can figure out what your real why is. Even though you might think you already know what your why is, chances are you probably don't. So we're going to talk about that in a second, but first this. My name is Jean-Serge, and I help entrepreneurs like you generate residual income from digital course strategies. So what's your real why? And what do I mean by your real why versus, the why that you think is your reason for building your business, your reason for selling courses, the reason for, being online, creating a brand, all these things. What's your why, right? Normally we think about our why as being the reason why we do things. Maybe our why is because we're tired of having a boss. We want to have the freedom to take the time off whenever we choose to, or we want to be spending time with the family, spending time with who we want to spend time, when we want to spend time, without having to answer to anybody else, right? Our why is to be with our family. It's to be free, to not have any bills, to be able to go on vacation, to be able to buy the car or the house that we want. That's our why, right? That's what we think our why is. And that's really what gets us started, right? Gets us started, gets us thinking about being an entrepreneur, gets us choosing a particular opportunity. Those are things that make us start, right? And if you've been listening to personal development or listening to me maybe, I talk about this stuff once in a while. And when you're thinking about trying to build a business online, trying to sell a course, trying to produce content, trying to build a website, a blog, you have to have a reason to do it, because it's really not easy to just keep going at it, right? Keep going at it. Hey, Jean-Claude, thanks for watching. And you need something to motivate you, right? And that's what the why is, right? But for you to stay the focus, stay the course, after a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever time it takes to get the results that you need a vision, right? And then of course, when you have your vision and you have your why, you need to put together a goal, a plan, and it's all that's connected. But that's not the why I'm talking about. The why I'm talking about is the inner reason why you want these things. So when we talk about, for example, if I ask you, what's your why? Why are you building your business? Why are you creating your brand? And you say, well, it's because I want to spend time with my family. I want to be with my family. And that's my, outer why. There's an outer why and an inner why. And it's important for you to know that, because it helps you to organize your thoughts, to be more focused, to be more driven. But it's also important to understand how that process works, because when you're dealing with customers, when you're trying to build funnels or your sales pages or videos, that kind of stuff, you got to be thinking about what is their inner why, not their outer why, not what they think they want or what they think is their reason for doing things, but what's the inner reason. And so when I ask you, what's your why? And you say, it's because I want to be with my family. That's your outer why. That's your first gut feeling, your first reaction, your first thought to what your why is. But the way to figure out what your inner why is it would be an inner dialogue. But if it's you and me talking, you would tell me that, and I would say, well, why? Why do you want to be with your family? And you might be like, well, because I need companionship, because I need to feel like they don't, it's personal. Everybody has a different reason, different reason why they want something, right? It could be because you feel that you work too much and you don't want. And then you might be like, well, why? Why do you feel you work too much? Well, because I'm 9 to 5, or even I commute an hour or 2 hours every day, and by the time I leave home, the kids, they're not even on the bus yet, and then by the time I get home, they're almost ready for bed. So I want to be able to spend more time with them because I feel that I'm spending too much time at work. Oh, why? Because when I was a kid, when I was growing up, my parents were there. My father worked just, like 10 to 3 or something, and he was always home when I was leaving for school. He was always home when I got back from school. I want that for my kids. Why? Because I feel that that's a good provider. I feel that that means that I care about my kids. I want them, I feel that that's the right thing. Why? Because I want my kids to feel that I'm there for them. I want them to feel fulfilled. I want them to feel that I love them. Right? So that's the thing. So when you ask that question and you go back and forth, no matter which answer you give first, until you can't really give another answer, and that will help you to quantify, to qualify, to define your inner why. And your inner why is the real reason why you do things. Like for me, it's really because I want to be with my kids. I want them to grow up and having their father there. I want them to grow up feeling that their father goes to all their school activities, and that whenever they have questions about things, I'm there to answer. And because right now I can't. I'm away. I work remotely. I don't know if you know my story, but I'm 12 hours away. I work in Montreal. My family's out in Charlottetown, so that's a 12-hour drive. If I take the car and I want to drive, I can't go there and back on the weekend, for example, driving. It's possible on the flight, I suppose. It's an hour or so. Well, it's a half-hour flight, but an hour and a half or so with the airport to airport kind of thing. And so that's doable, but it's really not efficient, right? You can't really be doing that every single weekend, right? Obviously. So, and that's why I want to be with them. But at the same time, the reason why I want to, of course I want freedom from bills, and I want freedom from a boss, and taking vacation whenever I want, and all these things, right? And one of the things I keep saying in my stories is that I want to be like, I want to be working online, my hours whenever I feel like it, and on a certain schedule, but that schedule I choose, and so I still have to do something to generate income and to pay the bills and all that. But I want to be able to be working and looking outside and seeing that it's a beautiful day, and that it would be a great day for a hike, or maybe it's a winter and it's a nice day for a toboggan ride. And I want to be able to say, okay, let's go out, let's go for an hour, let's go play, right? When you have a job, you can't do that. You wait till the weekend, hoping that the weekend weather is good, and that's all you can do, right? But I want to be able to do that whenever I want. That's one of my whys. But why do I want that? Because I want my kids to feel that it's fun to have a dad that's there whenever they are available, or whenever things are right, and there's no schedule and all that, right? But anyways, so that's the thing. You got to find your inner why, your real why. Ask yourself the question, why, after you answer, why are you doing this? Why are you building a business? And whatever you come as an answer, ask again, why? Why is that? And then you'll figure out your inner why, your real why. All right, so I hope you got some value from this. And if you think anybody else needs to hear this message, please go ahead and share. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, and I would too. And until next time, this has been Jean-Serge Gagnon, and this is Course Income Secrets. Until next time.